overhead flexion and external rotation of the shoulders. It's going to be quick and dirty. All you need is a stick. A broomstick also works really well. Go grab your props and then meet me on the mat. Today we start on our bellies. Keep your stick handy because the torture will come soon. Forehead down against the mat, arms extended up overhead. We're starting with our prone shoulder cars. If you've been on our channel before, these will look really familiar, but if this is your first time, I'll cue us through it. Pull your ribs down to your hips, squeeze the glutes. The whole body is engaged. Our arms are moving next. Inhale, lift the thumbs up towards the ceiling, and then rotate your palms to the sky. Think pinkies wrap towards the ceiling, thumbs wrap out. Big shrug through the shoulders, find a little bit more lift. And on an exhale, begin to open up your arms wide into a T. Keep wrapping pinkies forwards, thumbs back. Inhale here. And on your next breath out, rotate top of the hands down towards the ground. Now with thumbs spin up towards the sky, pinkies reach down to the mat. Take a big squeeze the shoulder blades together. And then exhale, start to draw those thumbs together behind you. Now thumbs up towards the ceiling, pinkies down. Inhale here. Big squeeze the shoulder blades. Exhale, lower down. If you need to, take a pause, reset your base, and then inhale, thumbs up the sky. Squeeze shoulder blades together. Exhale, take those arms wide back into your T, and then we start to pivot once again through the shoulders. Rotate, palms up towards the ceiling, into that starting position with the hands, and keep wrapping pinkies forwards. Hands hover above the ground until those pinkies reach up overhead. Exhale, lower it down, and shake it out. Now you can keep cruising through, doing 2 to 3 more reps if you've done these with us before. Again, moving as slow as you can, really articulating the rotation of your shoulder. But if this is your first time, I'll continue to cue it through for us. Bring your forehead back down to the mat. Inhale, raise the hands, pinkies wrap forwards, and exhale, begin to move into your T. Keep the thumbs up towards the ceiling, and then rotate all the way up the arm, top the hands down towards the ground, internal rotation, and then sweep the hands back by the hips. Next breath out, thumbs up to the sky, internal rotation. Take the arms into the T, flip the rotation up the arm, palms up towards the ceiling, pinkies wrap forwards all the way up overhead. Exhale, lower. Now we'll do one more rep. Reset your base. Inhale, hover the hands. Exhale, wide. Rotate up the arms into internal. And keep sweeping those hands together. Option to pause here or keep moving through. Pinky, thumbs up. Take the arms wide. Rotate. Arms up overhead. And release it out. And we'll continue to work on our stomachs today. Find your stick. Place it in the palms, palms up towards the ceiling. Wrap your fingers around your stick and start to walk your elbows forwards. Now, elbows on the mat. What your body will want to do is to bring your fists close together. So walk those hands out until your wrists stack over your elbows. This grabs this external rotation, and then bring the forehead down to the mat. Now, if the ground feels far away, you can also put a block underneath the forehead. And what you'll feel here is likely a nice big stretch through the lats, under the armpits, and maybe some sensation through the front of the shoulders. Now, our only job here is to just breathe and pause. Notice the sensations of this position. Find a nice slow exhale. And to enjoy this stretch as much as possible. If that first bit of stretch has faded away somewhere somehow, find the next one. That might come from inching those elbows forwards or walking those hands a little bit wider on the stick. And we'll hold here in that next little bit of sensation for a few more rounds of breath. Now you can listen with your ears or with your eyes on the screen as I tell you all about the next step. We come into PAILs and RAILs. What that's going to look like is probably not a whole lot. What I'm going to do is try and fight the position that we're in. Drag the elbows down towards the ribs, pull the ribs down and in, as if I could squish the ground with my elbows. Now this is what will ramp up slowly up to 100% to a hold. Then the next position is to try and punch our hands up towards the ceiling and get light under our elbows and pull ourselves deeper into this position. So we squeeze the glutes, start to wrap those elbows together, and then punch the sky. Now, if you're looking on the screen, you'll notice I don't have any lift off. We are fully in my end range here. Things are getting lighter, but barely. And this is what we'll try and ramp up and hold again, and then release. So before we get into our 3 rounds, you can shake out the arms. You can take anything that you need to, maybe pause the video, go grab some water. And you have the option to join us for 3 rounds or do 1 or 2, really just making this work for what you need today for your shoulders. Now set yourself up. We'll get right into that work. Walk the elbows forwards, forehead down to the ground or onto the block. Take an inhale to prepare. And on your exhale, push the elbows into the ground. Try and close your armpits. You feel the lats engage. Find 50%. Then ramp it up slowly. 60, 70, 80. Start to shake. 90. Max effort hold. Let's hold 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Take an inhale. And then exhale, we try and punch the ceiling. Grab the back of the shoulders with your mind. Big squeeze. Hover the elbows one day. 50%. 60. 70. 80. 90. Max effort. Let's go. 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Release it out. Now, if you have a lot of lift off in your rails, next step is to start and make that gap smaller. So you might grab magazines, thin books, yoga block. You can also roll up some towels, but we want to make sure that we're working in our end range. So if you have a big lift, unlike me, you're going to want to plug those holes. Grab any props if you need to, set yourself up, and let's go into round 2 and then round 3. Walk those elbows forwards, forehead to the ground. Take an inhale, prepare. Exhale, drag those elbows down into the ground. 50%. Ramp it up. 60, 70, 80, 90. Max effort hold. Let's hold 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Take an inhale. Now exhale, push deeper into overhead flexion. Elbows get light. 50%. 60, 70, 80, 90. Forehead against the ground. Let's hold 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Release it out. Shake out the arms. And then next round, we'll hold for 10 seconds in each direction, getting longer in that hold, but also trying to find as much engagement as we can, as fast as we can. So this one, less ramp up, longer hold. Oh, let's go. We've got this one together. Last set, hardest set. Take an inhale, and then exhale. Elbows to ribs, close fits. Let's go. As fast as we can, as hard as we can. Max effort, 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5. Squeeze 10% more. 4, 3, 2, 1. Inhale. Exhale, punch the ceiling. 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5. Squeeze with all you got. 4, 3, 2, 1. Release it out. Shake it out. We're almost done for today. What we have next are some lift-offs, and then we'll seal it all in with cars. So we're over that halfway mark. Find the belly once again and set up with your stick. Elbows come forwards. Forehead down to the mat. And the name of the game here is to find some lift-off of the elbows. So drive those elbows forwards. Squeeze the stick. And on an exhale, punch the ceiling. And then lower down. Now, even if the elbows lift an inch or a centimeter, the goal here is to try and parachute them back down to the ground. So if all you get is the tiniest lift off, it's still a really slow descent, putting that pressure back on until you relax the arms back out again. So let's try 5 repetitions, take a break, and do 5 more reps. Of course, if you have the capacity for more reps, you can always do those, just gauging your own sense of effort here. Let's walk those elbows forwards. Take an inhale, and an exhale, lift off. As high as we can, and then lower down. Now, in an ideal world, as we do these reps, the fists would stay stacked over the wrists, and the elbows would make some nice 90s. But that might not always happen. The elbows might splay out as we take those supports away. And really, it's just being aware of those compensations, addressing them, and then correcting them. Now see if you can do 1 or 2 more reps. And then we take a break and prepare for the next set. In between your sets, take whatever you need to relax the arms. You can always pause the video and take more rest in between if needed. And let's get in to round number 2. You have the option for round 2 to keep trying, elbows stacked over the wrists. But if you need a little bit more space to connect to the back of the shoulders and also that overhead flexion, that external rotation to all of it, what you can also do is take the arms straight up overhead. In some ways, it makes it easier. In some ways, it makes it harder. So what's going to help you find success in your lift-offs today? If the arms are extended, forehead down to the mat, palms to the ceiling, and now all we're doing is on an exhale, we hover the hands and then lower down. Now this can feel a lot easier than the elbows bent, but you also might feel it a little bit more rotation in the elbows as well. So you can try both, elbows bent or arms extended, kind of like a level 1 and level 2 situation. Aim for 5 or so total reps. And then relax it out. All that's left is to seal in all that work with those prone shoulder cars that we started class with. Now, because we're using this to seal in all our work, these are some max effort cars. We're working on as much external rotation that we can find and as much overhead flexion. So the hands stay high and a lot of wrap all the way up the arm, pinky to the ceiling, thumb out wide. So let's begin. I'm going to cue us through one really hard, gnarly rep, and then your job is to do 2 or 3 more on your own timing. Hands reach forwards, pinkies to the ceiling, forehead to the mat. Prepare the lower body, point the toes, squeeze the glutes, ribs to hips. Exhale, high five the sky. Lift those hands up as high as they can go. Now keep wrapping, pinky to the ceiling, thumb out wide as you bring the arms wide into a T. And this also makes it easier to grab more height. Lift the thumbs high. Then start to wrap into internal rotation. Palms rotate down. Top of the hand rotates down to the mat. And in this awkward position, high five the sky, lift it higher. Keep those thumbs high and then pinkies towards the ground as the hands move down to the hips. Now option here, squeeze your fists up the spine as high as they can go. Squeeze the shoulder blades together, lift the tips of the shoulders. Big squeeze, take an inhale. On your exhale, take the arms wide, right from there. Now we're flipping to external rotation, palms back up towards the ceiling in our T. And sweep the hands back up overhead. Pinkies reach forwards, exhale, lower down. Now see if you can bring that same intensity into 1 or 2 more slow repetitions. Option to bring those hands just down to the hips in internal rotation or slide them up the spine for a little bit more lift and squeeze as you finish off your shoulder cars and your shoulder mobility for the day.